Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn about One Way ANOVA and how it can be used in quantitative research, specifically in comparative design or in comparative group design. We will also see how to perform this test using Jamovi, a user-friendly statistical software. One-way ANOVA or analysis of variance is a test used to determine if there are any statistically significant differences among the means of three or more independent unrelated groups. Comparative group design. This research design allows researchers to compare the effects of different treatments or interventions on a dependent variable. It involves comparing the outcomes of different groups that have been exposed to various treatments or interventions. In this case, Miss Yumi, a high school science teacher, aimed to identify the most effective teaching method to enhance her students' performance. She tested three different pedagogical approaches: inquiry-based learning, integrative learning, and collaborative learning. She divided her 45 students into three groups. Group A, inquiry-based pedagogy. Group B, integrative pedagogy. Group C, collaborative pedagogy. For 4 weeks, Miss Yumi tested three teaching methods with her students: inquiry-based pedagogy. Students explored scientific questions and conducted experiments. Integrative pedagogy combined science with other subjects. Collaborative pedagogy, students worked in groups of projects. Afterward, she administered a test to measure their performance. The test scores for each group were collected after the 4-week intervention. Each group showed varying levels of performance based on the teaching method they experienced. Research question number 1 intends to find the descriptive scores of the students based on different pedagogical approaches. Number 2, to test if there is a significant difference in scores among the different pedagogical groups. Hypothesis: the null is no significant difference in scores among the groups. Alternative: there's a significant difference in scores among the groups. Significance level or alpha 5%. Now, let's move on to the simulation. If you could see, I already encoded the data. Let's change variable names. A, let's do this or name this as group. B, scores. Let's do analysis, exploration, descriptives, scores, variables, group, split by. Check for normality, Shapiro-Wilk, data, are normal. Inquiry-based, integrative, collaborative. All normal. Right. Frequency tables, result here. Let's remove, we don't need. Median, missing, minimum, maximum. Let's do inferential test or testing. ANOVA. Click ANOVA. Scores, dependent variable, group, fixed factors, result, p-value, assumption checks, homogeneity, normality. Since ANOVA significant, you need to do post-hoc, group here, the result is here. By default, that's 2 key, but you could use others. So inquiry-based versus integrative, significant. Inquiry-based, collaborative, significant. Integrative, collaborative, significant. So these are the results of statistical analysis. Let's take a look at Table 1, which presents the scores of the inquiry-based pedagogy group. This table provides an example of how to interpret the data, helping us understand the student's performance under this teaching method. If you could observe in paragraph 2, the discussion is based on the observation and interview of the researcher. In the next paragraph, you could cite studies and literatures that support the results presented in the table. The succeeding tables follow the same pattern: table presentation, textual explanation of the table, and discussion based on observations and literatures. The next table is to answer research question number 2. Again, it follows the same pattern: table presentation, textual explanation of the table, and discussion based on the observation and literatures. Since the result of the One Way ANOVA was significant, we conducted post-hoc comparisons using the two-key HSD test to determine the specific differences between the pedagogies. Table 4 shows the result of these comparisons. Since the result of the post-hoc comparison using the two-key HSD test were all significant, we are going to reject the null hypothesis that there is no significant difference in the scores of the students when grouped according to pedagogy. Instead, we favor the alternative hypothesis: there is a significant difference in the scores of the students when grouped according to pedagogy. In number 1, comparing inquiry-based learning to integrative pedagogy, which the inquiry-based learning results in lower scores compared to integrative learning. Similarly, in number 2, the inquiry-based learning has lower scores compared to collaborative learning. Integrative learning resulting in lower scores compared to collaborative learning. You could see all of those in this discussion. You may write your conclusion this way. Thank you. I really hope you learned from this lecture. See you